What's up, guys and gals, and welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today in the world of indie games, we're going to be checking out a little game called the Fermi Paradox. This is a really weird game, I'll be honest. It's kind of a trance-like, dreamlike, almost, it's a really hard game to describe with kind of the audio-visual element of the game. But effectively, the best thing I can compare this game to is if you've ever seen Futurama, there's an episode where Bender is floating through space. And he's got a civilization that's like growing on his back or something like that. And he's just kind of watching them go from caveman days all the way up to like nuclear warfare and whatnot. You are Bender in this game, basically. You are watching the entire galaxy develop. It's full of humans. It's full of aliens. They've all not made contact with each other. And you have the ability to subtly influence events effectively to try to get things to come to a culmination or sort of like a justification that you want to happen. So like you can lead, for example, humans and aliens into massive intergalactic scale war if you want to be particularly capricious. You can lead them towards peace if you manage your resources well. And so anyways, on a certain level, I guess this is kind of a god game. But it's really hard to describe. I don't think I've ever played anything quite like it. So we're going to dive straight on in here today. Check the game out. Spend about 25-30 minutes with the demo. If you wanted to try it for yourself, it is available on the Steam Next Fest. I'll have a link for you down below in the description so you can check that out once it goes live. You can also find a link to my Discord, my Twitter, my Twitch stream, and all that kind of stuff, just in case you need even more of me in your life, although I don't know why anybody would request that. I feel like 30 minutes a day is precisely, it's the right amount of me for anybody to sort of like intake on a given day. So let's dive straight on in. We're going to check out the game, and hopefully you guys enjoy it. Welcome to the demo of Fermi Paradox. Observe two advanced civilizations that live light years apart in our galaxy. They are called the humans and the Prun, and they are unaware of each other's existence, both wondering if they are alone in the universe. Will you establish contact between the two of them? Yeah, so this game actually gets really grimdark really fast. They do have a content warning right here, but this game does have like full-on like extermination. Like, you can really mess with stuff if you want to. And so anyways, this game can get pretty dark in sort of like, I guess, sort of the outcomes, or I guess the resolutions of the way that you interact with the game. Sapient life has evolved and prospered in our galaxy. Help these civilizations grow and find each other in the vastness of space-time. Beware. Sometimes you will have to prevent them from destroying themselves or others. Would you like to play the tutorial? I don't think we need the tutorial. I think we'll be all right. So the general idea of the game is that you have this rotating meter down here. It's called the synthesis meter, and it makes rotations. In every rotation, something happens. A natural ice age changes the climate drastically on T-Garden Prime. And so we're just in the general universe right now. I wish the game had a push pause. It does not have a push pause. So what I may end up doing from time to time is actually there's no options menu either. Those are two things that really need to change. The game needs either a push pause or some way to stop the action so you can just kind of take things in, because it just kind of runs on its own without your interaction if you don't. And being able to like sit and process and think about what you want to do, I think is going to be very important for players going on into this game. So I'd highly recommend they come up with some kind of pause. But we have two different areas. I'm just going to let this run because like so we have over here the Prun Dominions, and we have the humans down here. We can shift our gaze to either of these planets and watch things happen. These will pop up from time to time, these flares. These flares are basically just notifications that something is happening in the galaxy, and when you click on them, that will have consequences. So like the one that we clicked on, T-Garden became much more effectively, it had an ice age, it's kind of like the climate change, so on and so forth. Down here, planet Earth is dominated by the human species. Their civilization is dangerously close to collapsing their climate system. Okay, so we can zoom in over here. And when we zoom in, what's going to happen is because we've shifted our focus onto this planet, we're going to start getting notifications that are only relevant to this planet. I don't know if the rest of the the rest of the galaxy is still running while you're inside of here, but basically we are exclusively dealing with human problems as of right now, and if we wanted to, we could go over to the Prun and we could do the exact same thing. And depending on who you give your attention to, random events are going to pop up in the bottom right-hand corner that need to be addressed like right this second, like mass extinctions, running out of resources, stuff like that. And so just sort of keep that in mind. Let's click on one of these. The humans never received any signals from an extraterrestrial civilization, and they are wondering if they're alone. This choice right here, we've got a number of meters over on the right-hand side for all of our civilizations. This exists for the Prun, just like it exists for the humans. We have what age that this civilization is in. So we are in the digital age right now. So this is basically modernity. They have computers. They have basic space flight. We have mobile devices. We have mass communication, all that kind of stuff. There's 7.5 billion of us, and we're growing by 5%. We have fossil fuel reserves that are going to run out in about 200 years. The tensions on our planet could culminate in a war that will kill 1.5 billion people on our planet. And then we are slightly tipping towards dystopian rather than utopian. And so when you see these little icons right here, if they have a plus on them, that means it's going to shift that for the positive. So for example, this one right here will increase the amount of resources that we have available. These ones right here are random and we don't know what they'll do. The only time I ever click on kind of the random ones is when I don't like any of the other options. We'll take some extra. On Earth, a group of ecologists find new ways to preserve the resources of human nations. We've got a random event here. Human engineers start injecting pressurized liquids into deep rock formations of Earth to gain access to fossil fuels that are trapped in sedimentary shale. This technique uses huge amounts of water and releases methane into the planet's atmosphere. The human nations want to implement large-scale fracking in order to provide the people of Earth with natural gas as an energy source. Yeah, I'm a geologist, and I can tell you this, fracking is not going to work. There's a reason why there's earthquakes happening in places with lots and lots of fracking. And it's because effectively what fracking is exactly what they said. You fire pressurized soapy water, basically, into the ground. The problem with that is that it opens up stress fractures along the way to get towards the thing that you want to get to, and not only that, it lubricates the stress fractures, which means that you're basically accidentally, artificially creating fault lines that can slip and can slide and can catch, which is where earthquakes come from. And so anyways, fracking is... it's kind of high risk, medium reward, I guess. I don't know. I'm not in favor of it, but like it is what it is. All right, so we got to make a decision about fracking. We can go on with regular fracking, which means that the environment is going to take a little bit of a hit. We can go with massive consumption. What that'll do is it'll give us synthesis. Synthesis is our primary resource, basically. So you use synthesis in order to effect galactic events. So for example, we have 20 right now, and we can stop fracking altogether, which means that they won't lose any resources whatsoever, but that will leave us really, really tapped out on synthesis for other societies that may need our attention in the galaxy. And so everything in this game has kind of like a risk-reward. If you favor one civilization and you protect them at all costs, all the other ones are going to suffer, and you're going to cause like billions and billions and billions of casualties simply by not interacting with the other species, and you're going to be kind of on your heels. So it's really up to you what you want to do. I'm going to prevent humanity from destroying itself for right now. A strong environmentalist lobby on Earth had a huge influence on the nations of humans. One of their greatest achievements was a global ban on hydrofracking. So that increased our resource scarcity by 30 years. So that actually bought us quite a bit of time, almost an entire another generation of surviving. A once powerful government on Earth has fallen apart and disbands. I'm going to suggest that we slip ourselves towards utopian. The humans enjoy a new style of enchanting video games. Well, there you go. Apparently that made us less dystopian. How? I don't know. I don't know the mechanics of the whole thing. We'll go with that one. A once powerful government falls apart. Okay, apparently lots and lots of governments are falling apart right now. We can go with this one right here. That'll limit the casualties in a potential war by about 0.1 billion. That's a lot. I'll take that. Saving 100 million human lives, definitely in favor of that. We've slowed down. Our digital experts are lying to us. I just slowed down our technological process to save human lives. Sometimes what'll happen is these will like overlap each other when they deploy. That needs to be fixed as well. So it looks like I'm gonna go with that one. Some mechanized infantry of the humans lay down their assault rifles and abandon the ways of war. So we've saved further casualties, but now the Prun need our attention. Let's go see what they're up to right now. What are the Prun doing? Gliesa is sending signals out into space. Frequent spaceship traffic between colonized planets of Gliesa creates a buzzing cacophony of communication symbols that are used to coordinate trade routes, security fleets, and interplanetary freelancers. Some of these messages might drift through the cosmos and reach another star system. So we can boost the signal for 30 synthesis. We can have a regular signal, which may or may not get picked up, or we can go radio silent. Radio silent sort of implies that there's problems with war and whatnot. But for right now, things to pay attention to is that these guys are in the solar age. So they're about 2 tech generations ahead of the humans right now. There's 100 million of them. So there are not very many of these guys. They don't have like a massive population. I don't know if their reproduction is stunted. I don't know exactly why, but somehow they've gotten up to this tech age and they have almost no population compared to humans. Maybe they live a really, really long time. Maybe that's what it is. There's 30 million asteroid fields inside their empire, so they're not going to run out of anything for about 600,000 years. They're good to go. However, war is a huge risk for them that could wipe out a quarter of their population. And then they live in a 40% utopian society, so pretty much everybody is taken care of. Things are going pretty good for the Prun right now. We'll go ahead and we'll go with a regular signal since we can't afford to do anything else. We could go radio silent, which would sabotage a bit and give us some synthesis, but continental drift is creating a new landmass on Alpha-Rats. Okay. A freak mutation made an unusual life form in the small land region of Wormwood Prime. All right, well, let's pay attention to the humans for a minute. They're kind of like on the edge. I'd like to get them patched up. A once powerful government falls apart and disbands. Once again, lots and lots of governments toppling. Let's move them towards a utopia. Humans found new media to illustrate the history of their civilization. Okay. We'll lower our war casualties. Very, very nice. A conflict between 2 major nations was settled peacefully. Good. So a great war is threatening Sol. After a shocking attack striking the heartland of one of Earth's major military factions, their president denounces the perpetrators as terrorists and rallies for an international campaign to destroy them and their support networks. Okay, so we can have a regular conflict. The regular conflict is going to have a lot of human deaths. It's going to set us back towards dystopia. It's going to deplete our resources, and it's going to diminish our population. We can go total war over here, which means that everybody just goes crazy with it, and half the population of Earth will die in nuclear Armageddon. But we'll get 7 synthesis, huh? Always look at the bright side of life. I don't know if we need the 7 synthesis that bad. How many people are going to die here? 1.3 billion? So, like, a pretty good chunk. Like, 14% of the Earth's population is about to die. Whew. That's a lot of people. Good Lord. Look at my thing. I'm breaking out in sweats here. I don't know what to do. Regular conflict? Bye, humans. On the plus side, it made our technology advance by 1%. Isn't that exciting? The humans mourn the death of a great digital expert who leaves behind an important scientific life work. Huh. There goes another government right there. They're dropping like flies. Any more governments want to topple while we're here? I feel like that event comes up a little too frequently. Oh no, a massive hurricane destroys a metropolitan area. Killed off a bunch of people. Terror wars decrease the population of humans. Wow, we're really taking a hit. I don't know what century we're in right now, but we're getting hammered at the moment. That group of environmentalists are preserving our resources, although it didn't really seem to do much in all honesty. So maybe I'll stop picking that one. It didn't adjust our longevity by any means, so... The Prun are creating highly attractive android models capable of satisfying every thinkable sexual appetite and being romantic substitutes for the lonely. Will the use of the love machines be the end of interpersonal relationships in the Gliesa system? Probably not great. Oh, they lost 8 million population. Good Lord. Let's go with prevention. Yeah, let's save as many lives as possible. I don't know if that's the right course of action, but like, I feel like erring on the side of preserving life is never a bad foundation upon which to plant a flag. Despite their technology and ability to colonize planets in the solar system, the Prun are unaware of human neighbors. They are capable of travel to other planets of their star system, but did not manage to construct an interstellar vessel thus far. Our fusion engineers are lying to us. Population's kind of dropping. I can move them further towards Utopia, I guess. The Prun created an astonishing monument on an inner planet of the Gliese system. They don't really need resources. The Prun mourn the death of a beloved supervisor. Well, that advanced their technology, so that's good. Their population's still dropping, though. On Gliese C, the new ideas of a brilliant fusion engineer are circulated widely among the Prun. So they've gone up by like 4% in their technological advancement so far. What's going on with the humans? What you getting up to right now? Sol is sending signals into space. Yeah, that can't be a terrible idea. Nothing bad will ever happen there. With the emergence of a radical do-it-yourself music genre, waves of rebellious human youth begin signaling their disaffection for mainstream society using electronically amplified influence. The controversial songs are broadcast so frequently that other star systems might pick up on the signal someday. Oh, you kids. Let's go silence. This seems like an easy opportunity to repress the youth in order to get some resources. The humans found a new influential... Oh, look at that. We built a government rather than destroying one for once. An influential president of the humans raises to power. Can we defend ourselves against an alien invasion? Not a lot of great options here. Most of these seem to want me to depopulate. Yeah, they overlaid each other again, so I don't know what I'm clicking. Our digital experts are lying to us. Oh, cool. We're even more dystopian. Terror wars are causing suffer and despair amongst the humans. A metropolitan area becomes the center of trade and commerce. Oh, good. That fixed our growth a little bit. Yay! Maybe we'll get some humans back after that terrible, terrible war. The terrible war that we remember. So finally, that terrible war that took from all of us. Prun trading dominions. Gliese is building spaceships. Interstellar migration. Many Prun live in tiny, airless solar colonies or perpetually overcrowded space stations. With no apparent future for their offspring on Gliese C, adventurous Prun begin refitting interplanetary ships for a journey towards the Sol system. We don't have that, but let's take the synthesis for making it a dead end. I don't know how that's going to affect things. Yeah, we should probably diminish the chances of war. The ethical engineers of the Gliese system influence the Prun to demilitarize society. Yeah, losing 30% of your population if a war breaks out seems like that might be a little bad. Some merchant marines of the Prun lay down their energy rifles and abandon the ways of war. Nice! Yeah, let's be more utopian. The Prun form new media that illustrate the history of their civilization. Good. Will we find traces of alien visitors somewhere in our solar system? The Prun inhabitants of an abandoned colony ship in the Oort cloud of the Gliese system get a new supervisor. Hey, we fixed their population growth. Nice. Interplanetary trade stations of the Prun grow significantly in size and influence. Now the humans are up to something. Humans, what you up to right now? Let's pan our godlike vision. Uh-oh, there's tanks in the picture. That's not good. The humans are training elite soldier squads to conduct covert military operations around the globe. Their missions range from destroying enemy infrastructure and eliminating high-value targets to deploying weapons of mass destruction. Maybe relax with the weapons of mass destruction. So we can either take 5 points right there, and a lot of people are going to die. Well, actually, it's going to affect this meter, so potential casualties go up. Basically, we can make it so that the super soldiers are glorified and held up as, like... Basically, we're at the point right now where the Emperor is creating, like, the Primarchs, and we need to decide if we want to stop that or if we want to go for it and just create, like, this weird religious hegemony and worship around militaristic super soldiers. So, like, we have to decide if we want Space Marines or not. And honestly, given the fact that I am a 40K fan, I would feel remiss if I didn't go for it. So, yeah, we need some super soldiers. Our digital experts are lying to us. Maybe. It's possible. I don't know. What else we got going on here? We found a new influential government. Okay. Our technology is advancing. That's always good. Oh my. The humans build several unmanned space probes to examine the solar system. One of these probes wanders far into the Oort cloud of the Sol system and is picking up interplanetary traffic signals from the Prun civilization. Oh my. Will we make contact? Have we had time to cultivate the gene seed of our super soldiers properly? So we can pay some synthesis here to be enthusiastic about finding aliens. We can just remain ignorant because human beings were great at that, dude. I do it every single day. And since there's like 7 billion of us on the planet, like I assume at least a marginal fraction of other people start their day and end their day the exact same way that I do. Just in absolute stone-like blissful ignorance. Just laying there like a lump of granite. That's how I go through my life. Or we can be hostile to the aliens and we can exterminate the Xenos. I don't know what the right choice is there. Tough call. Well, in the interest of recreating Warhammer 40K inside the confines of the Fermi Paradox, you know what I have to do. We have to weaponize our probes. We have to assemble the Primox. Prepare for war, brethren. The Xenos are upon us. Apparently, we're getting more dystopian. All right, we're almost at Warhammer 40K. Let's eat up some resources, too, just to really, like, prime people. The usage of mining complex is rising among the nations of Earth. Okay, let's lower our chance of killing each other. There we go. 2 nations settled things peacefully. That's what I like to see. Continue settling things peacefully. We all need to be on the same team. One massive global imperium to face the threat from the stars. We can also... we need to be more dystopian, not less dystopian. The humans mourn the death of a beloved president. Apparently, when the president dies, our technology advances. In the Tau Ceti system, sapient life has evolved. It's a little, look at him, he's a little jellyfish caveman. He's like a little cave jelly. A life form on Tau Ceti 3 has started making simple tools and developed a rudimentary language. Which species will form a Stone Age civilization on Tau Ceti? It doesn't matter because when the Imperium gets there, we're going to feed them the flame. So we can do stuff here. On Tau Ceti, a yellow dwarf star. So it's orbiting a swamp planet, Tau Ceti 3. Okay. Well, we can have an unbalanced species, which apparently is the Maru, who are sneaky, sightless, cruel raptor monsters. All right, fair enough. We can have giant space monkeys, the Odo, aggressive ape creatures with colorful fur, or the Rama, tall, intelligent plant creatures that go through countless stages in their century-long life cycle. We do have all this synthesis. Nah, dude, giant space monkeys, I think, make the setting more interesting. So apparently, there's 1.6 million giant space monkeys. I don't really care about the giant space monkeys. I'm trying to push humanity towards the perpetual war of the 41st millennium, and so we've got tasks to do over here. Oh, never mind. Apparently we got to deal with something right now with the Prun. Let's go see what the Prun are doing. Extinction in Glisa. Uh-oh, that's not good. It's good for the Imperium. It's bad for the Prun. A radical paramilitary group in the asteroid belts of Glisa are using magnetic field manipulation to redirect countless asteroids on a collision course with inhabited planets. Prun trading dominions don't have enough spaceships to destroy them all, but they refuse to bow to the demands of space terrorists. All right, we can have minimal survivors. Complete extinction of the Prun, or we can say that it's a close call and we can save them. I don't know. I mean, they don't really have a whole lot of Prun to lose. I'll be honest with you, there's not many of them left. Let's save them for right now, dude. The Imperium needs somebody to fight. We will also increase their population growth. There we go, there we go. Will we find traces of alien visitors hidden somewhere in our solar system? Yeah, keep the population growing. There you go. We fixed we had our weird sex robot thing that almost wiped out our population. We fixed it now. Sex robot, sex robot, sex robot, sex robot. We should probably fix our human growth. That's probably a good idea. So we've got a new large metropolitan area. Are we sure we would recognize the aliens if they visit the Sol system? They're creeping along towards the next age. I don't know if they're quite there yet, but they're trying real hard. Oh look, we killed a crow somewhere. This is a galaxy-wide transmission. The sacred raven has fallen. The humans are modifying genetic code of Earth's food plants to make them more resistant to pests, disease, and harsh climate conditions. The technology could feed for more humans than was possible with regular crops, but people are wary of tampering with nature in this way. Nah, dude, let's make some robo-corn. I'm all about it, man. We can make ourselves some, robo-corn. There we go. We fixed our population decline. Let's add some more resources. We'll lower the chance of us all killing each other. Some anti-terror infantry of the humans lay down their assault rifles and abandon the ways of war. Okay, good. Are we part of a computer simulation? Listen, we don't think those thoughts around here. That's a dangerous rabbit hole to go down, my friend. Our digital experts are lying to us. Well, that didn't seem to have any greater effect, so I'm okay with it. Advance our technology. There we go, by another percent. Ooh, multiple percentiles. Nice. We just need to get to wherever bolters are on the tech tree. That's pretty much it. We got to find bolters. We need to find plasma throwers. Knowledge in Tau Ceti. Oh, did they develop written language? The tribes of the Odo tend to be led by sages and wise folk because their historical knowledge and their connection to spirit in the lands of Tau Ceti III are seen as vital qualities. Motivated by a desire to perpetuate the sacred dance of life for many generations beyond their own, these leaders observe, reflect, and make decisions based on experiential wisdom and unwavering intuition. Yeah, let's have them advance their civilization. Like, I want space monkeys with flamethrowers by the end of this episode. That's what I need. Oh, I think they might make it up to... Oh, they might make it, dude. We just got to get them a little bit further. A once powerful sage tribe falls apart and disbands. Ooh, they reached a new technological age. Sweet, dude. So are they like space monkeys with spears now? The Odos start to use simple metals, settle in cities, and document knowledge with written language. Dude. Space monkeys with oh, he's got like a little hoodie, dude. They invented space monkey hoodies. Nice. So for 40 synthesis, we can go with wisdom, or we can go with power, and they'll go to war with each other. Let's go for just normal advancement for right now. The Odo are now able to build stable settlements on Tau Ceti III and sustain them with agriculture. The Bronze Age technology provides the Odo access to easy-to-mine resources. The Odo found a new influential sage realm. Damn, dude, they're flying through the tech tree right now. The influential sage ruler of the Odo raises to power on Tau Ceti III. I wonder if the Prun are going to run into us or them first. Because if you look at the greater galaxy, like, they're in the opposite direction. So, like, I don't know. But anyways, this is the Fermi Paradox. I never talked about what the Fermi Paradox actually is. I don't even know if we have time left in the video for it. Basically, the Fermi Paradox is sort of pointing out the irony between the mathematical probability that there are aliens in an infinite galaxy that, like, never ends. Like, statistically, there should be aliens out there. And it's pointing out the irony that we have seen we've seen nothing. we've seen no sign of any other civilization ever, even though mathematically there should be like 50 to 100,000 other sapient species in space. Anyways, that's like the quick and dirty crash course on the Fermi Paradox. One of the answers to which is the Great Filter, but this is not an entry-level course on astronomy. So anyways, I'll see y'all next time. Thank you for stopping on in. The Fermi Paradox. What a weird game, dude. But I'm kind of into it in a weird way. I'll see y'all next time. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll have something hot and fresh for you off the Indie Skillet tomorrow.